Welcome to operating system class. So in our earlier class, we were discussing about Banker's algorithm. So in Banker's algorithm, we were mentioning there are 4 states which lead to Banker's algorithm. That one we say it is a mutual exclusion. Another one is hold and wait. Third thing was circular queue or circular wait, and fourth one was no preemption. If all these are going to be part, then it leads to a deadlock. If any of them is going to be violated, so free from all the states, then we are going to say it is in safe state. If any of them they may be there, then it is going to be turned into an unsafe state, and unsafe state says that it may lead to deadlock. So unsafe state may lead to deadlock, but safe state, no deadlock. But for safe state, there is no deadlock. Now, how can I manage, or how can I say that the mechanism was whether it is single instance or multi instance? Means if there is a resource, it can be a CPU cycle, it can be memory, it can be any IO device or hardware. So these can have instance, single instance, nor they can have multiple instance. Okay. So if it is going to be single instance, then it can be solved using resource allocation graph. If there are multiple instances, then it is going to be solved by a Banker's algorithm. So these are the constraints what we have to take care. So how can I make a deadlock? If it is single instance, I can use resource allocation. See that there are no cycles in the graph, then I can bring that there is no deadlock. If there are multiple instances inside the thing, then I have to go for Banker's algorithm. So we talked about claim age and we talked about request age. So if it is going to be in a dotted line, then we are going to call them as claim age. And if it is going to be from process to request, then we are going to call it as request age. And it is from resource to process, then we are going to call it as an allotted age. Okay, these are the three things what we should understand before we are going to take a resource allocation graph. So now coming to the Banker's algorithm, yeah, Banker's algorithm, it is going to solve the problems of multiple instances of a resource, and it is going to be processed with a request stage, and it is going to be processed with a claim age. And what is the data structure which it is going to be part of a Banker's algorithm? Yeah, processes are going to be represented with N, resources are going to be represented with M, and it is going to have some vectors or an arrays where it is going to ping up with one with available, another with maximum need of a process, fourth one, a third one, how many number of allocations has been made to a process upon a request, and what was the need. So how I am going to calculate the need? Need I am going to calculate it with a formula called as need of I comma j is equals to some maximum minus allocation. Okay, so I have asked for 5 and you have given me 2. Then I can say need is equals to some 5 minus 2. So 5 I am going to ask for 5 instances of resource, and 2 I am going to get as an allocation of a resource. Then need of resource. What is need of resource means? Still I am going to have need of resources as 3 I should get back from the operating system. Okay, fine. So Banker's algorithm, it is going to have 2 states while it is going to derive it up. So Banker's algorithm, it is going to have 2 states. So Banker's algorithm, it is going to mention with two stages. First stage, it is going to build with safety algorithm. Second stage, it is going to build with resource allocation algorithm. First state, it is going to build up with safety algorithm. Second state, it is going to be built up with resource allocation algorithm. So that it is the thing. Now, safe state, it is going to derive safe sequence. Safe state, it is going to derive safe sequence. Safe sequence, it should be with a safe state, it should be with an unsafe state, and the objective was to derive no deadlock. The objective was to say that there is no deadlock. So resource allocation algorithm, it is going to be processed with request stage, it is going to be processed with claim age, nor it is going to be processed with allotment age. So either a resource age, either a claim age, either a attachment age is going to be part of the resource allocation algorithm. So Banker's algorithm, at most it is going to give up this safety edges that it is going to bring the safe sequence, unsafe state, and maybe if it is an unsafe state, it will be converted to a no deadlock state. Yeah. So when there is a safety algorithm, so I can just unmute some of the participants who are disturbing our content. So can mute this. Yeah. So now coming back to the PPT. So we have these one we are going to call it as work, and another we are going to call it as finish. Two data structures what we are going to mention at up. So as far as work is going to be concerned, so it is going to be available, whatever available we are going to say, it is moved into a vector called as work, and finish, it is going to be a bool value. So until unless finish is going to be true, finish is going to be true, the algorithm is going to be propagated between first step, second, third, and final. So if we are going to say finish is equals to true, that means finish is equals to true, that means a safe sequence is going to be derived. That means there is no deadlock. That means there is no deadlock. So how I am going to derive a safe sequence? Safe sequence is going to be tested up with two conditions. So first condition, it is going to be called it as until unless the need is less than or equals to false. While false is assigned to finish and while need is less than or equals to work, the algorithm is going to be replicated. And how I am going to collect this work? How I am going to derive a work? Work I am going to call it as work is equals to work plus allocation. What is work? Work, the other name of work, we are going to call it as available. The other name of work is called as available. How I am going to derive? Because available is going to be moved into work. Okay. Now I request, now you have to take down these 3 points before I am going to explain the step-by-step iterations in the algorithm. First step, you have to note down need is less than or equals to work. Second step, you write on a piece of paper work is equals to some work plus allocation. Got it? First, what you have to do is, first you have to say need is less than or equals to work. You write it on a piece of paper. Next, you have the piece of paper. Now you write it as work is equals to work plus allocation. These two are the most important things. And before that, you have to write one more formula to derive the safe state. The another formula was we are going to see this need is equals to some maximum minus allocation. Need is equals to some maximum minus allocation. Got it? So now you have to take a piece of paper, write the three formulas, and we will take one example. In that example, we will iterate how these things are going to turn. One, you can write need is less than or equal to work. Two, you can write work is equals to work plus allocation. The other name of work, we are going to call it as available. And thereby need, you have to assign need is equals to some maximum minus allocation. So after that, after safety algorithm, we will be having the resource request algorithm which it is going to be processed, and it is going to be processed up with 3 data steps. One, we are going to say available is equals to available minus request. Another, we are going to call it as allocation is equals to allocation plus request, and a need, we are going to call it as need minus request. So available is equals to available minus request, allocation is equals to allocation plus request, need is equals to need minus request. So if these all things are going to be fulfilled, then we can say it is safe state. If it is going to be in a safe state, then we can say there is no deadlock. If it is going to be unsafe state, then there is some possibility for deadlock. So altogether, we can convert from unsafe state to the safe state, unsafe state to the safe state. Ultimately, we are going to draw a safe sequence. Ultimately, we are going to draw up a safe sequence. So now let us look into this example. So you will have a complete picture what was going on in the banker's algorithm. Okay, so I'm going to take it up with processes. Processes are known as P0, P1, P2, P3, P4. Then I'm going to have my allocation of 3 resources, resource A, resource B, and resource C. So, and I'm going to pull it up with allocation, followed by maximum, followed by availability, followed by need. So the other name of available, you have to note, it is called as work. Please remember, work, the other name of work, we are going to call it as availability. Thereby, we are going to have need. What is the formula for need? Need is equals to some maximum minus allocation. So I'm working upon the textbook example. So in this, we are going to derive it, the working example. So number of instances for P0 was 0, 1, 0, and the maximum was some 753, and then still the availability was 3, 3, and 2. Now availability for P1, allocation for P1 was 200, and maximum was 322, and the allotment given for P2 was 302, P3 was 211, and P4 was 002. Thereby, for P2, we are going to have it as 902, and for P3, we are going to have the maximum request of 222, and for P4, we are going to have the maximum request as follows. Got it? Now, let us say, let A, B, C are resources. At T0 time, at time interval T0, the allotment was like this. And now we are going to say, total number of instances of A is 10, total number of instances is B is 5, and total number of instances for C is 7. Okay, this is the assumption. So we are going to assume there are 3 resources, A, B, and C, and at time interval T0, A is 10, B is 5, and C is 7. Now at time interval T0, there are 4 processes, P0, P1, P2, P3, P4, and they have came there and they have raised. P0 told, I want 753. P1 told, I want 3 instances of A, 2 instances of B, 2 instances of C. P4 told, I want 4 instances of A, 3 instances of B, 3 instances of C. Now, how operating system is going to decide? Now, you can work on your own along with me. So now you can see the need vector. Need vector, how I am going to calculate the need vector? Need is equals to some maximum minus allocation. So what is the need value of P0? What is the need value of P0? So I'm going to get need vector is maximum minus allocation. That is 7 minus 0 is 7. 5 minus 1 is 4, and 3 minus 0 is 3. Later on, P1, how I am going to get the need? Need, I am going to say P1, I am going to write. So, okay, P1 allocation is equals to 200, right? And maximum is equals to 322. Now, how I am going to get the need? Need is equals to some maximum minus allocation. Got it? So what is maximum? Maximum is 322. What is allocation? 200. Now what is need? What is 3? 3 is nothing but A comma B comma C. So what is 200? A comma B comma C. Now what is the values you are going to get? So I'm going to make a subtraction value, right? So subtraction I'm going to do 2, 2, 1. So I'm going to get here as the values 1, 2, 2. I'm going to get the values as 1, 2 and 2. Now how I'm going to compute for P2? P2 is 902, right? We are going to get the P2 need. So P2, I'm going to get the maximum was 902. What is allocation? Allocation was 302. Then what is need? Need is equals to maximum minus allocation. What is the value? I'm going to get it as 600. I'm going to get the value as 600. Now compute the value for P3. 222 minus 211. That is, you are going to get it as 011. P4, what is the value? 002. And what is the maximum value? 433. So what is the value you are going to expect? It is 4, 3 and 1. Okay, that is regarding the first stage what we are going to assume. That is regarding the first stage what we are going to assume. Okay, fine. So up to now we have taken allocation, we have taken maximum, we have taken work. Thereby we are going to compute the need vector. Need vector we have made it as maximum minus allocation. Now let us derive how we can compute the safe sequence. So how we can compute the safe sequence? So deadlock 1, I'm going to save this, and again I'm going to save as another one, that is D2. So for continuation. So now I'm going to use this 1 second. So there is the eraser tool. Yeah. So erasing the content, and so next we have to compute need is less than or equals to work, and then if it is true, then we can say it as work is equals to some work minus work plus allocation. So now we have computed the need vector. So need vector, we were telling that it is going to be maximum minus allocation. Thereby we got the values as 7, 4 and 3. So now you can assume that out of the 10 instances of A, how they are going to be distributed. So left availability and still the need is what? 3, 3, 2. So if you want, you can just sum 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 10. B allotment 1 plus 1, availability 3. Then you are going to get it as 1 plus 1 plus 3 equal to 5. Similarly, what is the available or what is the work of C? That is 2. How much is there in the allocation? 2 plus 1 plus 2. So 2 plus 1 plus 2 is 5. And what is the availability? 2. So 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 is equals to 7. So that is how we are going to get up with this with the values what we are going to assume. Now let us compute the safe state. Let us compute the safe state what we have to derive, so that we can conclude the first part of the Banker's algorithm. We can bring up the first part of the Banker's algorithm. So how I'm going to work with this first part of the Banker's algorithm was, so let us see what is the 1 or 2 students, you can unmute yourself so that you can work parallel with me and I can have my flow. Okay, so P0 value was 7, 4 and 3, and that is nothing but need. Okay, so what is the need value of P0? P0 need value was 7, 4 and 3, and is it less than or equals to work? So what is the other name for work? The other name for work is available. So 3, 3 and 2. Condition is false. Why condition is false? Because the less than criteria is not going to be met with P0. Next, let us work with the second item, that is process P1. What is the need vector of process P1? It is 1, 2, 2. So 1, 2, 2. And what is the work value of P1? Work value of P1 was 200, right? Sorry, what is the work value of P1? So work value was P1 was 122. Sorry, need value was 122, and it is going to be less than or equals to availability or work. So this condition is going to be true, right? This condition is going to be true. As this condition is going to be true, now we can say work is equals to some work plus allocation. What is work? Work is equals to 322. And what is allocation value? What is the allocation value? Allocation value of P1 was 200. So now I am going to call it as 200. So now I am going to get this as 5, 3 and 2. 5 instances of A, 3 instances of B, 2 instances of C. So now I am going to overwrite it as 5, 3 and 2. Okay, now I have save sequence. Now I am going to put P1 into save sequence. So why I am going to put P1 into save sequence? Because one instance of A is less than 3, 2 instances of B is less than or equals to B, 2 instances of C is less than or equals to 2. So that is the reason why I am going to move this P2 into the save sequence. Okay, next I am going to compute P2. So what is P2 value? P2 value was the need. What is the need of P2? What is the need of P2? Need of P2 was 600. Now, what is the new work, or what is the new availability? The new availability was 5, 3 and 2. So it is less than or equals to 5, 3 and 2. So obviously condition was false because 6 is not less than or equals to 5. So now we can't take it up with P2. Then we are going to move with P3. What is the P3's need? P3's what is the P3's need? P3's need was 0, 1, 1, and it is less than or equals to, what is the work value? 532, where 5 instances of A, 3 instances of B, and 2 instances of C. So now the condition is true. Need is less than or equals to work. Then what we have to do? Work is equals to some work plus allocation. Work is equals to some work plus allocation. What is the value of work? The value of work is 532. What is the value of allocation? What is the value of allocation? The value of work allocation of P3 is 211. So I am going to derive 211. So now I am going to get the new work value as 7, 4 and 3. Then I am going to get the value of work as work is equals to 7, 4 and 3. Now what I have to do? I have to overwrite the work vector from 7, 4, 3 with 532. Okay, fine. Next I am going to compute the value of P4. What is the P4 value? P4 need value is 431. That is 4 instances of E, 3 instances of B, 1 instance of C is less than or equals to 3 instances of work. That is 7, 4 and 3. Can you tell me what is this? Is this condition true or false? Now the condition is true. Condition is true. Condition is true. Okay, fine. What you have to do? I have to do work is equals to some work plus allocation. Work is equals to some work plus allocation. What is the value of work? The value of work is 743. What is the value of allocation? The value of allocation of P4 002. Then I am going to get it as 745. So now the value of work which is updated here. So instead of 743, now I am going to replace it with 745. Now I am going to replace the value with 7, 4 and 5. Got it? So now I have P3 in the save sequence. After P3, I am going to put the save sequence. Okay, P4 is done. Next, what I have to do? Now, as it is moving from P4, again this goes to the value of P1, P0. Now P0 I am going to compute. P0, what was the need vector? The need vector was 7, 4 and 3, and it is less than or equals to some 7, 4 and 5. It is less than or equals to some 7, 4 and 5. Condition is true. What I have to do? Work is equals to work plus allocation. What is work? Work is 745. So work is equals to some 7. Work is equals to 745. What is the allocation of P naught? Allocation of P naught is 010. Allocation of P naught is 010. So now I am going to get the new value, that is 7, 5 and 5. Then I am going to get the new value as 7, 5 and 5. Okay, fine. So P0 is also going to be entered into the save sequence. After that, I am going to have P0 is done, P1 is done, P3 is done, P4 is done. Now only pending was P2. Now let us look to value of P2 here. So what is the P2 value? So P2 value, we have to see the need vector was 600. So 600, it is less than or equals to the new value. What is the new value? 755. So I'm going to take up this 755. So 755. So 600 is less than 755. Yeah, it is true. Now what I have to do? Work is equals to some work plus allocation. That I am going to say 755 plus what is the allocation value of P2? Allocation value of P2 was 302. So that is 3 instances of A, 0 instances of B, 2 instances of C. So overall, I am going to get 7 plus 3 is equals to 5, 5 plus 0 is equals to 5, 5 plus 2 is equals to 7. So this is what I am going to get, A, B, C. So now I am going to replace the save sequence. So the reference sequence was P1, P3, P4, P2, P0, P2, and P7, 10, 10, 7, 5, 5 is now replaced with 10, 5 and 7. So what is the initial values of ABC? Initial values of ABC was 10, 5, 7. After save sequence, after unsave sequence, after deriving save sequence, what is the value? I can say both are same. I can say 10 is equals to 10, 5 is equals to 5, 7 is equals to 7. That means initially operating system is going to have 10 instances of A, 5 instances of B, 2 instances of C. Then it started allotment to the process based on their maximum need, and thereby it sees that if it is going to give all the resources to P0, P1, P2, P3, P4 may lead to deadlock. Maybe they moved from unsafe state to the deadlock state, which it should not see that it should happen. So operating system, what it is going to do is it is going to build a save sequence. So save sequence sees that which process would be first, which process should be next, how it is going to do. It is going to do with a safety algorithm. What are the components of a safety algorithm? The components of a safety algorithm are maximum allocation, availability and need. How I am going to compute the need? Need is equals to maximum minus allocation. How I am going to check whether need is fulfilled or not? Need is less than or equals to work. How I am going to assign the new work? Work is equals to 1 plus allocation. So, and when I can terminate the banker's algorithm, I can terminate the banker's algorithm when finish is equals to true. If finish is equals to false, that means I have to iterate the process from P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 until the last value is going to come. How do I know it is the last value? Because I can say finish is assigned to a true, that is a Boolean vector. Then I can say banker's algorithm can be concluded. When finish is equals to true, what happens? The save sequence will be derived. What is a save sequence? The save sequence is a sequence where there is no deadlock. How it is going to occur in this problem? It occurred from P1, P3, P4, P0 and P2. So that is how a save sequence is going to be derived. So now let us jump back to the content, what we are going to explain here. So we will just go back to the same banker's algorithm and then we can reciprocate what we have done in this banker's algorithm. Okay. Now, so the number of processes P0, P1, P2 up to P4 you made, that is made with N. Number of resources M, that is A comma B comma C. A you made 10, B you made 5, C you made 7. Then you have derived the availability vector. Process told I want these many number of resources, we call it as maximum. Then you allotted, it is asking for 3, you gave 2. It is asking for 5, you gave 3. That means you have made some allocation. Then what is need? 5 minus 3, 3 minus 2, still 1, still 2, it has to give. So these values we are going to compute it as need vector. How I am going to get the need vector? Need vector is going to be derived with a solution, that is need is equals to some maximum minus allocation. What is the vector array here? To multi-dimensional array, it is having I comma j. What is I comma j? I comma j are representing the instances which are going to be embedded with processes and which are going to be embedded with the resources. Fine. Now, what is safety algorithm? Here we are going to put up the safety algorithm. We are going to put up the safety algorithm, and safety algorithm is going to have two contents. One, it is going to have work. Another, it is going to have finish. Work it is going to be assigned with an available, and finish it is going to be available with a Boolean value, that is true. So true or false. So initially algorithm is not starting right. It is at the basic step time interval t0. Therefore we are going to set the flag value as false. But you can see in the fourth step of false is equals, no, sorry, finish is equals to true. That means we have entered into a safe sequence. We have entered into a safe sequence, that is nothing but a safe state. Okay, fine. So how many times the loop is going to be repeated? Until it is going to be in a false state. How I am going to make an availability between need and work? The other name of work, we are going to call it as available. So need is less than or equals to available. That means we can have to iterate the same banker's algorithm. Then how I am going to move the modulation of values in the algorithm of safety? That is work is equals to some work plus allocation. What is work? Work is nothing but available. That is available is equals to some available plus allocation. So until the value is going to be iterated, now the banker's algorithm moves from 2 to 3 until you say finish is equals to false. So if finish is equals to true, if finish is equal to true, then we can say there is no deadlock, there is no deadlock, and safe state or safe sequence is derived. Safe sequence is derived. So, okay, safe sequence is derived. What now? The second part of the banker's algorithm. Got it? So, banker's algorithm, it is going to have banker's algorithm. It is going to have part one. Part one, it is going to have safe algorithm. Second, part two, it is going to have resource request algorithm. So, banker's algorithm is going to have first part, it is going to derive safe sequence with the safety algorithm, and second part, it is going to have resource. So in resource request algorithm, the basic primitives will be 1, availability is equals to availability minus request, allocation is equals to some allocation plus request, need is equals to some need minus request. So if it is in safe state, no deadlock. If it is in unsafe state, may lead to deadlock. So how can I get back? I can say derive safe sequence. Derive safe sequence. So that is order which process to be executed. So operating system is going to order which process it has to be executed so that it will never enter into the deadlock. So after this, we have this the steps which are going to be with the banker's algorithm. We have already worked on this banker's algorithm. We computed the need, and now we computed the need. Now let us look into the second part of the algorithm. So what is the second part of an algorithm if we are going to have? So I can say available is equals to some available minus request. Then the second one was allocation is equals to sum allocation plus request, and the third part was need is equals to sum need minus request. Okay, so we have this state, right? So the first state we are going to have 332. Okay, the earlier state was 332, what we have worked. So now what was the new state, new request? So that is request was less than or equals to available. So where is this? It is going to be in the resource request algorithm. We have 2 points. One, request is less than or equals to need. Another, we are going to say request is less than or equals to available. So now what is going to happen in this example? So in this example, we can derive that 102, which is going to be a request, is less than or equals to available. Request is less than or equals to available. That is that we are going to say 102 is less than or equals to 332. Now what I can say, availability is equals to sum availability minus request. Availability is equals to sum availability minus request. So what is going to be happened here? Availability is equals to availability minus request. That is 332 minus 102. I am going to get the value as 2, 3 and 0. I am going to get the value as 2, 3 and 0. So 2, 3 and 0, I am going to move it here. Okay, 2, 3 and 0, I am going to move it here. So next one, what is the thing I have to do? Allocation is equals to sum allocation plus request. Allocation is equals to sum allocation plus request. So this we are going to process for P1. This one we are going to process for P1. So P1, what was the earlier state? What was the earlier state of P1? So we can say the earlier state of P1 was 200. Okay, the earlier state was 200. So 200. So earlier P1 was 200. Okay, now what is allocation is equals to sum allocation plus request. So allocation is equals to allocation plus request. Request was 102, and now what is the earlier allocation? Earlier allocation was 200. Earlier allocation was 200. So you are going to get this as 102. So I'm going to move this 200 and 102. We are going to get it as 302. So that is how we got this value as 302. So now I have iterated you the second step of the resource allocation graph. The second step of the resource allocation graph. Now, how I get 020? How do I get 020? 020. So let us look back here. So earlier it was 122, right? Earlier it was 122. That is previous value. Previous value was 122. What is the request value? Request value was 102, right? Request value was 102. So we are going to have this as 020. So got it? So in the earlier we have iterated how to get the save sequence. We have iterated how to get the save sequence. So what is the ordering? We have to get P1, P3, P4, P0. Next, what we have done? We have entered into the second phase of the Banker's algorithm. In second phase of Banker's algorithm, we made resource is equals to some resource request algorithm, where we made that request is less than or equals to need and request is less than or equals to available. So for that, we have taken this example. We computed a save sequence. So save sequence was P1, P3, P4, P2, P0. So you have already exercised earlier today's class itself. And after that, we enter into the second part of the algorithm, that is resource request graph, where it is going to compute request is less than or equals to available. And if that condition is true, then we have to derive it with availability is equals to availability minus request, allocation is equals to some allocation plus request, and need is equals to some need minus request. So need is equals to need minus request is already processed and proved as the third step in this model. Okay, so now you are going to get this as the final save sequence, and you can iterate it for the rest of the process. We have done for P1, so now you can compute for P2, for P3, P4, and P0 and P2, thereby this banker's algorithm will be completed. Yeah. So this is what we have done for today. So we have taken up the banker's algorithm, and we talked about safe sequence. We talked about unsafe sequence. Then we derived the safe sequence part. We derived the safe sequence part. And after deriving the safe sequence part, we iterated with an example, and we have taken up a safe sequence with the ordering of P1, P3, P4, etc. Then we have entered into the second part of the banker's algorithm. There we have raised resource request algorithm with the three basic steps, that is availability is equals to availability minus request, followed by allocation is equals to allocation plus request, and need is equals to some need minus request. And finally, we met that at any point of time, deadlock can be avoided in a multiple situation. So in a multiple instance, then banker's algorithm can solve the issue. Okay, so that is what for today. I'm ending my presentation. So thank you for joining.